Welcome to the Property Show. My name is Nancy. This is the show that will give you an in-depth look into the property market, provide you with current trends, tips, professional information, home accessories, and the current properties available in the market. There is something for everyone. Today we are at Miga, a gated community in Kiambu, which the developer has dubbed as Premier Living. We shall be speaking to the Miga team, who will share with us the vision and the strategic plan of Miga development. Thank you so much, Engineer, for having us.
Nancy, you're most welcome.
Engineer, give us the vision of Miga, your strategic plan, and where is Miga going?
Miga's vision is founded on three things. Number one is to create a premier gated environment. For us, the vision is to create an environment that would take us back almost to the 60s or 70s, early 70s in Nairobi, wow, where children would roam around estates freely, would interact with other children, neighbors would know one another, would interact with one another. Children would be free to catch butterfly and eat in anybody's house. That sense of community is what we want to create. The other vision of Miga is to demonstrate that it is possible in this day and age to create an environment that is serviced by world-class infrastructure on a sustainable basis, designed well, built well, and maintained well. The third facet is our promise to everybody to create superior returns right across the value chain. So whether you're a shareholder at Miga, we want to create superior returns. Whether you're a home buyer, we want to create superior returns. And we've got various products in which I'll describe how we are doing that. Whether you buy our pref shares, again, we want to give you superior returns. Whether you're a plot buyer, we give you returns. So those are the three visions.
Why Kiambu? We find Kiambu land is very expensive. Traditionally, people have been going to Mlolongo, Mombasa Road. Why did you choose Kiambu?
Those who know the history of the area we are in, the Anma area, and those who know the history of Kiambu will tell you that even at the turn of the last century, as the British people settled here, when they really wanted value, they went to Kiambu. Our location has many things going for it. Number one that is going for it is its altitude. At 2100 meters, our location is perfect for physical training. It's perfect for recuperation. The air is clean, is fresh, is healthy. Number two is the interconnectivity. Our site is centrally located between the airport, the city center, and Nairobi. From each of those locations, you are able to access Miga on a good day within 25 minutes.
Who are your buyers, and can a first home buyer buy a piece of Miga?
Nancy, once we had settled on our plans and our vision for Miga, we embarked on brand building. And I remember in one of the sessions, a question arose as to if Miga was an item of clothing, what would it be? And after a lot of discussion and debate around the room, we settled on a pair of jeans. You see, a pair of jeans is versatile. You can get a pair of jeans for 100 bob at Toy Market. You can get a pair of jeans for $1,000 and everything in between. It's a pair of jeans for everybody. Miga is versatile like that. We have a product for everybody. We have got entry-level products retailing at 6 million shillings. You can buy an apartment at Miga. We've got plots that we were selling at 2.5 million, at 1.5 million. We have homes for 10 million, for 15 million, for 30 million. What is exciting about it is that we recognize the life cycle. And what we said is that we would create the Miga Property Exchange. And this is how it works. You come in, you're young, you're newly graduated, and you come and buy a 6 million unit at Miga. 2 or 3 years down the road, you get a girlfriend, you get engaged, and she moves in. You bring back the 1 bedroom to us, and we give you a 2 bedroom, and you pay the difference. And so on and so forth, and until you have a family of 3 or 4 and you are living in a villa. But sooner rather than later, your children end up leaving the home, and the couple is left with this big house. In our case, you bring it back to us, we give you value, we give you a smaller unit to live in as a couple, and we give you the difference to enjoy in retirement.
What milestone can you tell us you have achieved so far?
We've achieved a lot. People who have done huge projects, such as ours on 774 acres, will tell you that it is very challenging to, first of all, even get an idea of what to do with it. So that was milestone number 1, is we knew what to do with it. And the market has responded by telling us that we were right, because people have been buying very, very well. The other milestone we then did was to plan it well. I think our master plan has been praised, not just here, but by people who come from all over the world and come and tell us, you know, this is one of the best master plans that they have seen. We then achieved our milestone of getting the change of use. That we achieved. We have all the approvals from council level to the lands office. We have all approvals. We also have approval for NEMA, because as you know, ours is a sustainable community. We are very clear about the 1 acre build for 1 acre green, and so we had no issues at all with NEMA, with all the interventions that we have said we will put in place. Another milestone is that we embarked on construction of our boundary wall, and we expect to do over 10 kilometers of boundary wall. To date, we've achieved the western boundary is well secured, the eastern boundary is secured, about 50% of it or thereabout, and we continue to do that. The golf course, we embarked by doing a sample hole number 18. It's beautiful, it's green, and thereafter we have embarked on construction of the remaining 17 holes. Our road, the main access road, we have another milestone. We managed to convince our neighbors to sell us some land so that we could expand our road, so that we have a pleasant, grand entrance into Miga, and that construction is underway. So those are milestones that we are proud of, not to mention on the commercial side that out of over 550 quarter-acre plots that we have sold well over 500. I think we are very proud of that. Another milestone that we would say is that we are almost debt-free. We are operating right now on very, very low debt, and we are very proud of that. So I would say that we are scoring milestone after milestone. I think we have milestones every quarter.
Wow. And
the latest one that we want to achieve is we've launched the sale of pref shares, and we launched those over the weekend, last weekend, and that's the next milestone. We want to raise 600 million shillings. And all that money is going to go into infrastructure development.
And you haven't told us where you get in your water and security and internet. How will you handle that?
Water is a very interesting one. We actually sit at the source of water for a lot of the country. Unknown to many people, our development is close to Mboye Kamete. Mboye Kamete in Kikuyu is got to do with underground caves and sources of water and that sort of thing. We are actually at the source of water. And recently, the Nairobi Water Company has discovered that across from where our development is a huge underground lake. And the Nairobi Water Company is actually going to be drilling down to about 800 meters to access this lake to supply water to Nairobi. And we have an agreement with Nairobi Water Company that they will be supplying water to us. On site, we have 6 boreholes that existed when the farming operations were in place. And these dams have fantastic yields of up to 35-40 cubic meters an hour at only 180 meters. fantastic yields by any standards. But we are also conscious that this is a resource that is scarce, and we have plans to recycle a lot of water. For one, we are harvesting all the rainwater and putting it in dams. We will use that water for irrigation. Number two, we are actually recycling sewage to the highest standards, actually to standards that would make it drinkable quality water. And again, we are putting that water into the dams. So water management, water supply, we have big plans for that. In terms of other infrastructure, security, as I say, we have a boundary wall. We are putting in an electric fence around the entire compound. We are putting in guard stations around the place. But more importantly than not is that we have adopted a policy of being good to our neighbors. We are friendly to our neighbors. Recently, when we were building the western boundary and they raised the issue that we should give them away leave, we gladly gave them 4 acres so that they access it. So we are busy building good neighborliness. Our CSR activities have seen us go to assist in the local churches, in the local schools. Last weekend, we had a medical camp as Home Africa Limited at Reavai, where we treated 1,300 people, because we believe that security is not just building concrete walls around yourself, but it's about building better relationships with your community. In terms of IT infrastructure, I can guarantee you that we will be up to speed with whatever technology will be coming into play at every stage of the development.
Thank you so much, Engineer, for your time, and of course for giving us a glimpse of what Miga is. Give us your parting shot and what is next after Miga.
Thank you, Nancy. The pleasure is all ours. I think you can expect lots of new products from Miga. As I say, we want to launch new products every quarter. Our latest products, of course, was the chestnut area, which was the area for the young, the chic people. After that, we launched the tamarind tree community, which is serviced apartments, 240 of them. And you can expect that in the next 2 to 3 years, almost on a quarter basis, to get a new product. Not to forget that we now are selling our pref shares at Miga, so you can actually own a piece of Miga.
Thank you for giving us a glimpse of Miga, and of course for confirming that there is something for everyone.
Absolutely.
Asante San.
Thank you.
We are taking a short break. Don't go away. Thank you for having us. Give us a glimpse and an overview of Miga.
Miga is about value and opportunity for people who would like to own a home. And for most Kenyans, so there's a very strong cultural need to own a home. All families, most families, their biggest ambition is to have a nice, comfortable home in a nice setting.
What are the pillars driving Miga?
Miga is built around 5 pillars. Our first pillar is what we call people and anti-monoculture. So we believe that developments are more about people than infrastructure and buildings. So our first focus is on the person, the whole family as a unit, to provide everything for everyone. And in an anti-monocultural setting, whereby we have people from all ethnic groups, from all races, and of all incomes. So that is our first major pillar, people and anti-monoculture. Our second pillar is vibrancy and sports. A lot of people live a very docile life in gated communities because you end up there, it's actually called a bedroom, we call them bedroom communities, because you get home and the first thing maybe you look for is for your remote control and you sit in front of the TV. So Miga is about vibrancy, about variety in amenities, a place where every person is encouraged by what is available to go out there and explore life, to live an outdoor life, the kind of life that we had when we were growing up. Wherever we were, whether it was in the estates or in the shambas or in the villages, everybody had a very interactive and vibrant outdoor kind of life. So that is the second pillar. The third pillar, Miga, is about green. When we bought the farm, which is about 800 acres, we made a conscious decision to keep half of it green. 400 acres is green. So we already had a motto from day one that we'll have 1 acre of green for every acre of build. Because I find it to be a big shame that when we were growing up, you would go out and you could catch 100 grasshoppers. But right now, even to see a butterfly, you might have to take your kids out to Naivasha and pay somebody to show them around to see a butterfly and grasshoppers, which is a big shame. So we thought that we need people to go back to how they were living before, where there was a lot of green and where you could have enjoyed that outdoor environment, which is very rare in Nairobi. Our fourth pillar is golf. It's one of the pillars which we put in place to ensure at least a minimum acreage of green forever, and also to create value for the people, the owners of homes in Miga. Then the fifth pillar is value itself for our shareholders, because Miga has shareholders, and also for the people, our customers, people who are part of the community, who have bought into the community. We started with very, very low prices, and over time the prices have been rising through demand as we build on our infrastructure, and that is one of the things that we are promising people.
Have you catered for schools and hospitals within Miga?
Yes, we have 2 sites for schools. We have the lower school, primary prep school. We have the higher school, which is secondary or senior school, and we are already engaged. We're already engaging partners for those 2 developments. On the hospital site, we sold the hospital site over 2 years ago, and the plans have already been, the drawings are already there, the designs were done somewhere in the US. It's a cardiometabolic hospital. I think it will be one of the best in sub-Saharan Africa. It is a partnership between local doctors and international doctors. So that is well underway. We always try to have very unique events at Miga to bring people, and also for people to learn something new or to have new experiences. We brought in James Ingram, one of the super oldies stars of the 80s. Last week we brought in Felix Finbena, who's the biggest environmentalist in the world right now. He has participated in the planting of about 12.6 billion trees. And then and
he's also young.
And he's also very young, very nice kid. It was a very good event. He taught us a lot about carbon, things that we had, and CO2, things that we had forgotten from school. And we're going to have a major event, rugby event in September, because we are working on sponsoring the rugby 15s to try and take them to the World Cup in 2014. And the sevens are doing very well, so we thought let's try and support also the 15s to see whether they can do as well as the sevens.
Give us your parting shot and what next for Miga?
Miga is definitely the future, and we'd like to encourage people to come and see and actually convince themselves that it's the future, so they're also able to plug in, like the 500 customers who have already plugged into the vision. And then Miga also is endeavoring to uplift the neighboring communities. There's a very interesting philosophy that it's called ghetto philosophy, where if you build this beautiful place and one pane of glass breaks, and instead of changing it, you put a piece of cardboard. After 10 years, it will be a ghetto, complete with all kinds of negative influences. So, but the philosophy works opposite. If you come in an uplifter area, that area will always keep on uplifting. So that is one of the things that we'd like to see around that Reavai Anma area as a contribution to Miga's contribution to the neighborhood.
Mitini Escapes is the first residential development within Miga and is actually starting right behind me. You can see the houses. It's going to be developed in 3 phases. Phase one is already ongoing. It's going to deliver a mix of 82 house types. That is, there will be 12 cottages and the rest will be apartments in different sizes. The prices for Mitini range from 6.5 up to 21 million, depending on the kind of product that you choose. If you are a potential investor and you don't want to buy land and you don't want to buy a house within Miga, there are so many other investment opportunities within, not only in Miga but also in Home Africa as a group. All the projects that are being undertaken by Home Africa, the Home Africa is offering to cede some ownership to other investors. And this includes Miga. Miga currently they are selling their shares. One share is going for 600,000. Also, Mitini Escapes is selling 1 share at 500,000. The other projects that are being handled by Home Africa, that is Kikwetu in Athi River, there is Lakeview in Kisumu, and Lango in Mombasa, South Coast.
First, I've bought property here, and secondly, not just property, but the whole concept of Miga, of having a holistic livelihood where you have a sports facility, you have a running track, you have places for people to cycle, was very, very attractive. I found them very innovative. The usual behavior of developers in this country is they'll try and maximize as much as possible with property, with land. But here that the concept of 1 acre of land for 1 acre of build or a green space for build was very nice and, for lack of a better word, ungreedy, which I think was a very good thing.
Miga is situated in Kiambu County. It is centrally located where it has easy access to the Thika Superhighway, Northern Bypass and Kiambu Road, therefore making accessibility to and from the development effortless. It is a 25-minute drive from the Nairobi city centre. Further, it is in close proximity to schools such as Braeburn, Roslyn Academy, Muthaiga Primary School, and among others. In addition, there are shopping centres near the development such as Westgate, Thika Road Mall, and Village Market. One can find all the major banks within these shopping centres.
At the end of the show, we shall give you the highlights on Miga. Join us now as we see properties and other investment opportunities available within Miga.
Chestnut. It is a community within Miga that consists of 500 square meter serviced stands. The stands are 1/8 of an acre, a perfect option for young families and first-time home buyers. For anyone willing to purchase this type of plot, the price is 4 million Kenya shillings. Tamarind Tree Residence. It is the newest development of serviced apartments within Miga. The units consist of 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, 2-bedroom duplexes, and 3-bedroom apartments. The finishing is chic, modern, and contemporary. All units will be fully serviced, and amenities include lifts, generator, high-speed internet, concierge services, rooftop deck in each block with solar-heated pool, viewing deck, bar area. These units are an ideal getaway home and a great investment for the savvy investor due to the fact that they can be let by the hotel for long-stay guests, the hospital, the conferencing site and residents within Miga.
I hope you have enjoyed the show, and here are the highlights.
Miga is a premier gated development with a vision to explore life. It is an environment where children can roam freely and neighbors can interact with one another, offering a sense of community. Miga aims to demonstrate an environment that is serviced by world-class sustainable infrastructure. Miga is built on 5 pillars. 1. People in an anti-monocultural community with a focus on the individual, the family, building a community for people of all races, religions, and all age groups. 2. Vibrancy and sports, offering sporting facilities and outdoor activities are encouraged. 3. Green. 50% of the acreage will be green, an acre of green for every acre of build. 4. Golf. 200 acres will be set aside for golf fairways to ensure that the environment is green. 5. Value. World-class sustainable infrastructure offers value to everyone. Miga is versatile with products for everyone, for example, residential plot units, quarter-acre plots, golf front or non-golf front, chestnut, an 1/8 acre plot targeting young families and first-time home buyers, tamarind tree residence, 1 to 3 bedroom serviced apartments, swap to go, property exchange, a program where one can exchange one residence for another. Private developer sites, a pre-designed opportunity for an investor to develop a rich product mix ranging from cottages, villas, apartments, duplexes, and studios. Lastly, preferential shares. Shares are available for purchase. Miga endeavors to uplift the environment and community through planting 200,000 trees and by undertaking corporate social responsibility. Examples are assisting surrounding churches and setting up medical camps. Miga's promise to you is to create a healthy living, a healthy lifestyle, and healthy returns. Miga creates superior returns across the value chain for the plot buyer, residents, and shareholders. Miga is a super brand.
Thank you for watching the property show. We've heard from the Miga team, seen the properties and other investment opportunities available in this great project. We have also showcased other properties available in the market. We appreciate your feedback and welcome any ideas and topics you'd like our experts to address in our future shows. Thank you for watching and kwaheri.